Let's just jump right in. Disco Elysium. Continue on the adventure. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Most checks have secret difficulty modifiers. Talking to the right person can reopen a closed white check. Alright, here we are, back on top of this. We just talked to Leo, so let's, the boss is in here. Lukewarm coffee. Germinated pallets. Taxidermy fish that tells time. Alright, let's talk to the big boy here.
Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you.
A walrus
With
of a man.
great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you.
Are you in charge of the dock workers?
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat.
He gestures to a tiny chair opposite his giant desk.
I'm Everard Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez.
Man relaxes into his chair and continues.
I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
No.
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Why are you calling me Mr. Dubois?
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat. I insist.
It's nothing. Yes, that's probably right. It's nothing. Forget about it. Filter it out.
I either power move and keep standing, or I just deal with the sitting? Alright, I don't sit, it's kind of my thing.
Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong convictions.
As he nods, his multiple chins move like ocean waves.
I, too, have convictions. One of which is that I will not engage with any man who won't face me at eye level. Should you find yourself more amenable in the future, I'd gladly resume our conversation. But until then, I'm afraid I must ask you to leave.
You're no Titan affiliation, buddy. He's got you in a fork. Sit down or leave.
Let's take a seat then.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
Gives you a sly wink, try to wink back. Let's try to win this guy over.
So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to
my
be
God.
the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
By the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say.
Am I gonna die sitting in this chair?
This should take care of that nonsense.
He points to a giant novelty check on his desk. It's absolutely comically huge.
It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
I don't know. Is he trying to buy me off? Comically large.
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him. A real piece of work, that boy is.
With a grin, he points to the checker game. It's like you're on a game show. At least don't thank him for it.
Yeah. Keep it, I'm good.
Okay, okay. I respect a man with principles. No handouts,
Even
then.
though I've been asking other people for money.
Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only 2 words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun.
Let's play it cool. Appreciate any help you could provide.
Are you all right, Harry? You seem anxious. Don't be. Everything's going to be all right. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded.
-2. This is a red check. Yeah. No way I solve this. Is that -2 morale or health? Am I gonna die in this chair?
Officer, we will deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Clare's help with this.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Oh my gosh. Looks like I have to roll it. Frick.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are gonna shoot themselves with it.
Yeah, so what? Men can cry too.
You want to cry? God, you're weak. Whatever you do, don't cry. He'll think you're disgusting.
Oh no.
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
What is this, Mr. Dubois? He keeps repeating. What is he trying to pull here? You need to cool the fuck down. Chill.
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry!
The large man snaps his fingers, but to no effect. You're in some stupor. There are no Harrys. Let your mind go to a safe place, or keep sliding down the chair like a jello shot. Let my mind go to my safe place. Me sliding down the chair. Yes, my safe place.
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
Vaguely gesture with your hands above your head. But actually, this chair is uncomfortable. I could use that glass of water and sit upright. Let's try to keep our composure here.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. Police officer questions. It is about time to stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity.
I'm so obsessed with that container. What's in the container outside your office?
My dear Harry, There are literally millions of containers in this harbor. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them.
Something special about it. It was attached to the Cabalson crane.
Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
Alright, you called me Mr. Dubois. Why?
Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everard, I call you Harry.
My name's Harry Dubois.
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
I think the odds of that are very low.
It's alright, my memory's fine. I'm just testing you.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out. With my big fat folder.
Words flow like a river of honey from his lips.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
Where'd you get that folder?
Ah, this? My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry.
I find that very suspicious. May I have a look?
I'm afraid this is meant for Union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm sure you understand. Please continue, Harry.
Let's try this drama roll. Drama 2. +1, Kim suspects something. +1, read the shipping folders before. Oh, 58, we can do it.
Everard's
Oh my
large
God.
hands are covering the folder, but the look on his face says, I know everything about you, Harry.
I got nothing to hide.
Oh, Harry. Oh, wow. This is really something.
I'm sure it's not that bad. At worst, he has an old RCM folder, and I very much doubt even that.
So how about it, Harry? You need assistance, I presume?
Hey. Do you know where I live?
But of course, Harry. Your precinct is the 41st and you live in Jamrock. You're a Jamrock boy. A long way from home, but that's okay.
Alright, what about my full name?
It's Harry. Harry Dubois.
You feel like a Dubois, but you don't feel like a Harry. Strange. You don't feel like any of these things. You know what your name is. You have a sophisticated name, like that of a count, or a beautiful man.
It's not my name. My name is Raphael Cousteau.
Fine, Harry. You can even be Harry Raphael Dubois de Costo, or whatever you choose to be. Mr. Kitsuragi doesn't seem even slightly empathetic to your memory loss, Harry. I, however, wish to help you any way I can.
What about my family?
Family? Harry, you're not a family man. There's not one peep of family in here. Unless you think you're a family man. Do you strike yourself as a family man, Harry?
No.
That's why I like you, Harry. A good man knows both his strengths and his weaknesses, and you, my friend, you are one of the all-time greats.
What kind of cop does it say I am?
Harry, you're not simply a cop, you're a star. A bright shining star in the drab law enforcement sky, outshining all other stars. You're a superstar.
That's what I like about you, Everard. You get me.
Of course I do, Harry. And I'm gonna help you shine. I'm gonna put you on all the big stages. Your name in giant neon letters. Harry Dubois.
The giant neon sign reading Harry Dubois, hanging from the Cavalson crane, can be seen all the way to Jamrock. Somewhere in Mirova, a beautiful woman sees the bright glow on the horizon and says to herself, oh my God, I shouldn't have left him.
Oh,
Of course, Harry, of course.
talk about some other
Let's
stuff.
not linger on personal details and amnesia. You wanted something from me.
Right, I want to talk about the hanging.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to discuss it with you. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk
Talk about-
about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me. But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
What's this guy monologuing about?
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines, incredibly talented at opening doors.
Opened a few doors in my life.
And I'm sure you're going to open this one with flying colors, Harry. This really is very simple, and there's nothing shady about it.
The stars aligned into a cosmic frown here. He has your fate decided. Bide your time, however, and let the stars continue their course, and that frown shall turn into a smile. Only if you play along.
Why don't you just open it yourself?
Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. You look like you could run around all day.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. So what will it be, Harry?
Whose door is it?
Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about.
And what do you mean by weasel?
A loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you.
Wants me to get somebody beaten. Bet you don't even know anything about the hanging.
Harry, my dear friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez.
No, I can't accept this thing.
Of course, Harry, I understand. But if that's the case, I don't think we'll ever find your gun. Even worse, we won't be able to speak like equals about the murder. Perhaps this was just bad timing for you. Know that you can always come back to me. I really hope you do. For your sake, my sake, and for your gun's sake too.
Yes, we both understand what you meant.
This may be the only way, he thinks. I won't hold it against you. In fact, we probably should reconsider later.
Not gonna tell me about my gun. He's not gonna tell me about the murder. Shady brew.
I don't know what that means, Harry. Shady brew? There are so many moving parts in my operation, I can't keep track of them all. You know what? Don't even tell me. Whatever it is, do it. Surprise me. Just one thing. If you can, make it even shadier.
He sincerely has no idea what you were talking about. And he doesn't care either.
Alright, might talk again later.
Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate.
Great, wouldn't want to be stuck in
Here. You're one of us now. A real red and white union man. Take care, Harry.
Thanks.
As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint. From a distant sunset,
coming from?
a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights, and they solve shit.
Yeah, that's me. I've been establishing my superstardom hard lately.
Yeah, you have. You're a big dick cop, Dick Mullen. Salam Rocky Baye, badass on the edge disco cop. Time to recede into a ludicrous fantasy world. Here we go. Camera, lights.
Action.
With a sudden flash, the world freezes around you, and you along with it. In an iconic monochrome solution, a black silhouette against a rasterized orange world. It's on.
Hell yeah. Alright, let's check our, we got our level up. Inland Empire's pretty high. Restore our endurance somehow. Interfacing. Composure. My physique is kind of low too. Half-light. Wondering if I should continue to specialize or shore up some of my weaknesses. Charm men and women, play the puppet master. Shivers. You become keenly aware of your surroundings. What's up that? What's up that one? See, we're almost done researching HoboCop. 52 minutes left on that. Okay. Gotta find some way to restore my health. Supposed to get out this way. Yeah, here we go. Shipyards are awfully quiet. Go back to this.
You're back before the cargo container. Its draw has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
3% chance to persuade it to open? Let's give it a shot.
Why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric?
Because getting physical wasn't an option.
Because what wasn't an option?
Using my body over my wits.
Now is not the time to get philosophical, detective. You can do that after hours.
Okay. Need to know what's in this crate. Oh shoot, it's about to be the end of the day and I don't have anywhere to sleep. Ding, 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 ding. All right, we're back through here. Don't be afraid to say weird things. People are more forgiving to persons of power, like police officers. This guy's still knocked out over here. Oh. What happens when we go talk to him?
Do not presume this has drastically altered our race dynamic.
I knocked you out like a god of martial arts.
True. I said nothing about our personal dynamic. That has altered a little.
Okay. He took it like a champ. I'll give him that. Still a weird racist guy, but you know.
So, how'd you like our harbor?
It was nice enough.
It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains. Right. You talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk.
Any idea who killed the hanged man?
The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing?
The man whispers a jaunty tune. A coastal breeze ruffles his hair.
Okay.
Looking for something?
Found this mug in the trash. Is it yours?
Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. Haven't seen anything that funny in a while.
Is it yours?
God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
Alright.
Hello again, officer.
Doo-doo-doo. If there's anything left over here. Uno's still doing his thing. This guy down?
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
Alright, I have a good chance of doing this. I have +6 because my shit's compressed. Give it a shot.
As you
Yes,
breathe in,
okay.
the odor comes over you. It's a spell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it.
Step closer.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins, and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
Okay, let's inspect those boots.
The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow. These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
Yeah, these aren't just boots, they're armor.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
What kind of armor is this exactly?
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be. Under the heel. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
What happened to the rest of it?
The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days. We should keep a lookout for this species. The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might actually know.
Maybe he was just wearing the boots and there is no rest of the
No,
armor?
I think he had something precious underneath the clothes. They had to remove the jeans and shirt we found to get to it. And this kind of armor is often worn under fabrics.
Oh. They told him to strip before they hung him to demean him.
They usually hang them completely naked for that. La puta madre, the Mazda, the Besmerties and the like. This one still has his underpants.
Makes sense.
Fucking talking about underpants.
Right, well, this material does look out
It
of
is.
place.
It's expensive.
The lieutenant draws a line in the condensation on the ceramic with his index finger.
We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics.
How much are we talking about?
For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
Yeah, that's a lot, I take it. Yeah, it is.
As a wage, it's regrettably small. But for a piece of hardware, yes, that's a lot.
How can he afford such expensive hardware?
That's for us to find out. My initial report on the area suggests he was a security guard for the harbor company. But that's just hearsay.
These look pretty advanced for a security guard, though.
I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
Knock on the
A
boot.
small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup. The pry bar in your hand is itching for some action.
Sounds fragile.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether. Like whirls of floorboards, the design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony perhaps.
What does this remind me of?
If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like. The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where you notice the whirls are in the shape of a letter and number combination: E50, 100, 1000.
It's like there's a serial number on the right sabaton.
Can you read it to me? We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us.
Okay. Do I really want to pull the boot off of this decaying corpse? I feel like it's gonna take his leg off. I'm gonna back off.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
Take a look at the tattoos.
An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. His corpse is marked by stars.
Oh. What will mine be marked by?
Alcohol and heartbreak.
Is this a national pattern?
Of no nation that I know of. If anything, it reminds me of religious illumination, last or penultimate century. Men who live harsh lives often turn to innocentic worship. But which one? I see no trace of a humanoid figure.
Yeah, what are we missing?
I agree.
He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
You're gonna let him work?
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera.
He produces two metal-capped ampoules and clicks them into place on the side of the apparatus. A thin slot shines
I have
there.
only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
He points the camera at the corpse, peering into it. The lens needs
A
adjusting,
sound,
then...
a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it.
The lieutenant says and shakes the paper, letting it dry in the cold wind. On it, a color-perfect copy of the dead man's tattooed chest. Cool machine.
Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it?
There is only one ampoule left. Use it wisely.
What do we need this photo for?
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter, to us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around.
I'll let the lieutenant keep it.
Here, a souvenir. Don't lose it.
Oh, he gave it to me.
The glossy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms.
Let's take a look at the belt.
The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch.
What kind of rope is this?
Industrial strength. The kind used for tying cargo to lorries.
Like in a circus, when the circus leaves town and they tie a black-spotted giraffe to the wall of a carry pen.
Like in a circus or like in a harbor?
Yes, it looks like they used whatever was on hand, paying no attention to not incriminating themselves.
We're assuming dock workers from the harbor did it?
The brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing?
No, they might have forgotten to brief me.
Then you should ask me the first moment we get.
Right, how'd they even get him up there?
A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around.
Once the buckle tying the belt to the branch above, do they climb up using the kid's ladder?
That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
Could be. The shape of the branch supports the theory.
Yeah. Polyester seems strong.
It's not merely polyester, it's steel reinforced. See these lines? This is where the wires run. I see rabbits for more than 20 strands. This makes getting him down much more problematic than I had assumed.
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt, limbs limp and torso covered in tattoos.
How do we get him down?
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's down.
Oh, let's
The
take him.
cadaver slowly, his
Look at the
eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess. Underneath the curdled meat there is an expression, not carried on his features, but below, inside, an expression of pleasure. This man was experiencing joy at the moment of his death.
Oh, Inland Empire check. Let's see if I can pass a 92%. Jeez.
I'm gone.
See, you're gone, but who are you?
I'm a joke. Look at me.
There's nothing funny about you.
There is nothing funny about jokes either.
Who were you when you were alive?
A killer. A motherfucker. And a killer. Go ahead, Kobo.
Where have you gone?
Into the wild pale yonder.
Where's that again?
In the past. Way out west.
Why are you feeling pleasure when you die?
Maybe I was getting my rocks off.
Oh, you were feeling sexual arousal when they were hanging you?
Do I look like an erotic auto-asphyxiation type to you?
Yeah? Somebody who's very physical gets off on violence?
Captain Copodromo, I fear we are drifting away, fixating on sexuality again. Let's go with a simpler question.
What's happening?
What do you mean?
I'm talking to you.
It's the power of your
Black frothy liquid starts bubbling on his lips.
imagination.
Yeah, man! Don't be crazy! Inanimate objects and dead people can't really talk to you. Your wild imagination is doing this. Ask some more of those questions you love so much.
He loves those.
Why do I love questions so much?
Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions?
Yeah, give me a comical amount of questions.
Coming right up, copperoonie Rooney. This is getting upbeat now.
Is my name Rooney?
Fuck no. You're no Rooney.
Of course not. The name's Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
Listen to yourself. You're not a Raphael anything. You're probably just a Harry or something. That's right. Harry.
I feel like I've been getting a lot of Harry lately.
You might be onto something there.
Who killed you?
Love did me in, brother Copo. It was love all along.
Why do I feel like I've forgotten something terrible?
Because you have.
Alright, can you ask me a question?
Sure, Lobo. I can ask you a question. Why are you doing this?
What?
Looking at my face. Motionless. Looking into my eyes. Standing here. Why are you investigating my murder?
Maybe this will lead to something. Something indescribable, unforeseen, miraculous.
Ha!
The clown lips on the corpse appear to smile. The face rotates before you slowly.
Something is on its way. Something hidden. It's coming. A miracle from the northwest, and it's almost here. You can feel it in the air, on your hands. The cold spring air smoothing them over.
Oh. What if I tell him I hate you? You stink and you're boring.
Do I remind you of someone?
No.
Sure I do. You just don't want to admit it.
Alright.
Come back later, Coppo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible. Also, see me in your dreams.
Well, that's not anything that he just said. It says you can come back and look into this face anytime you want. Ask me your little questions, freshen your memory, create associations, remind yourself of your mortality, Capo Lapo. Squint and take a step back.
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. Does his position at the time of death match the discoloration? Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
His face and hands are pink, thighs too.
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration here.
Was he killed and then hung?
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
So, what do you think?
I think he was upright after his death. His hands, feet, and neck are discolored.
Agreed, especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports a hanging.
Could it still be he was moved after death?
There's always a chance. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first.
Alright, he's beaten up. You see the bruises?
I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made
the
our jobs
rocks.
harder with their little sport.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
He means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
Alright, something's coming out of him.
A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop.
You?
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
The fuck he saying?
When you die, everything that's in your body comes leaking out. There's no more muscles.
Talking about shit.
Maybe he went to the toilet sometime before death.
Maybe.
Doesn't really want to dwell on it too long. It's back out getting
But
breath.
there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostrils. He slowly rotates before you, decomposing.
What happens if I try to take
The
off that
material
boot?
appears to be delicate and fragile. These are clearly not boots.
Indeed. Ceramic under the heel. Fair
Let's try to
weather.
pull the boot off.
This feels dangerous. Are you sure?
Oh, my inland empire's telling me not to do it. It's gonna be full of his leakage. Let me give it a
The
shot.
stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound comes from above.
Stop! Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal.
This is a bad idea, isn't
You're
it?
going to pull his head off.
Do it, Homo.
I'm not a homo.
Yes, that's what I said. You'll compromise the coroner's case if you do. So please, don't.
Indeed, from
Yeah.
this angle, it does look like the neck isn't going to take much more. Being dead for a week has all but liquefied his muscles.
What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why are you hanging on to that boot?
Yeah. Thought there might be clues in the boot.
How many clues do you need? You already found a number. Besides, there's no way you're getting them off. All the organic matter in his body has been flowing down into the boots. They are fused to his feet now.
Oh.
Why do you think the locals haven't scavenged them? yet?
Alright, my idea at the start was better.
Sure, there's a way to peel them off, but first the body needs to be down. And second, it would probably be better if the lieutenant wasn't around.
Yeah, refuse for honor. Steal a dead man's boots? That would be dishonorable.
All right then, you can pay the hostel bill in honor points. How many honor points have you collected?
There are honor points?
Of course there aren't. Don't be naive. You still feel as though there might be some honor points. And if there are, you've surely earned one.
Okay.
Processing will take care of them. With the situation in the morgue, it will yield nothing. But we must pick our fights. Should we continue?
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos.
Let's go. Let's get him down.
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt. The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting it.
We could saw the branch. We could maybe ask one of the kids to do it.
Someone else? You mean like the police?
You have a point there.
Sadly, yes. The whole RCM is out there right now, doing the exact same thing we are. Are we in a rush to help them? Not with this on our hands. I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down, fast.
It saw the branch.
Climb up there and saw the branch? There has to
It's
be a less
dangerous.
risky way, with less falling down of trees.
Ask somebody from the harbor?
I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appeared to be suspect in this case. It seems like a dangerous route to go down.
But what other options? The corpse twists on the belt, like chicken on a skewer.
Maybe we could shoot him down.
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch, that's a good spot to aim.
Yeah, there, the buckle holds the belt together.
Where? Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a chance to release the belt.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain the Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss Kuno!
Take the shot, Lieutenant. What's the worst thing that can happen?
I'll blow his head off.
Take it! Take the shot!
Yeah, take the shot. Kuno wants some of that shit.
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks, securing it in place. He
Oh,
then steps
barely
back
passed that.
and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
Let him focus.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
he feels bad about his eyes mostly, just having bad eyesight, probably from a young age. Whatever you do, do not console him.
Fucking idiot! Mookabat asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
Don't console him. Let's just say what now?
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
Can I have the gun? I should try.
It's bad as it is. Us shooting firearms like punks.
Yeah, this seems
Go
not
ahead.
very appropriate.
I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it.
They only have one gun!
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana poika! Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth!
Feel the weight first.
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth!
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
Oh man, I feel like if I miss, I'm gonna lose a point of and have a heart attack.
This isn't mere boundary pushing. There is a true suicidal rage in the kid as she's provoking you.
I can point the gun at her. Close your left eye.
Your
first.
field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, catching the noon light as the corpse slowly rotates. The slow movement of the branch in the wind and your shoulders directing the gun sink up, dancing hypnotically.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
Point the gun right at
Do
her.
it! Set me free!
You feel as though it would be dangerous to set this creature free to roam about the cosmos.
Don't.
Do it!
Legendary composure to pull the trigger. Oh man. Oh, I should point it back at the belt.
Intense shit, copper.
Fucking waved his gun! It wasn't intense, it was pathetic!
Oh, -1 responded to provocation. Shit. I'm just gonna roll the dice on it. Uh-oh, do I die now?
A plume of smoke erupts from
Fuck,
the barrel.
man.
Your hand goes numb from the explosion. With your ears still ringing, you lower the weapon to see what happened. You missed the belt, but hit the corpse straight in the chest. Bits of ribcage protrude from the skin.
Oh, man.
No blood, only a
I just
murky sludge
fucked up some
dripping
evidence
down
there.
his belly. The sudden stink makes your eyes water.
This is terrifying.
Oh my god, he's gonna fucking cry. I knew it.
I lost
What a
more
monster.
morale. At least I didn't lose, I freaking didn't lose that. This is Disco Elysium. And that guy's wearing underwear, so we can't see his dick. Oh, man. Go. Start crying, you're sensitive. I'm gonna start crying.
It feels dry. Nothing comes out of you as you stretch and bend your face into a crying shape.
Oh, the floor
You're
looks
too
like skin,
furious
yeah.
to cry, apparently.
It's I mean, I guess he is a decomposing corpse and the underwear's stained, so let's try really hard to cry.
The lieutenant watches you jerk some tears, your shoulders shaking and your eyes dry. The gun begins to slip from your fingers.
Morale critical. Oh no.
Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. Whatever noble intentions you once had as a police officer, it's eating them all up now. You're still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total annihilation, right?
Seriously running out of shits to give. Let the corpses hang on trees. I'm quitting. Fuck you. Done. Oh, is that still a thing? I don't even think I have any commands. Oh, I got one.
Yes, it can be difficult to be on the receiving end of so much distrust and outright hatred.
Nothing you can say would make you feel any better now. Cop gives up the detective genre for social realism. Another police officer resigned from the RCM following a nervous breakdown. He now lives under a bridge, drinking and occasionally throwing excrement at passers-by, shouting, "I never loved that woman." When asked to comment, former colleagues objected to the theory that
Do
his
exclamation
psychological
point games.
disintegration was precipitated by his wife leaving him. "It's because the Furrows lost that match," said Captain Ptolemy Price, once the man's superior officer. "It's because he couldn't get a big gun from acquisitions, and anyway, police work really burns you out after a while," Satellite Officer Jean-Vic Mayer, the deranged former cop's partner, commented. Sergeant Mac Torson, another former colleague, did not propose any theories, merely saying, "Whatever happened to him wasn't about birds. He got fucked, that's all."
What's my rank in Overwatch? My main account right now is sitting at, I believe, 4150. I've hit top 500. I've peaked top 300. I mainly play support, but I have hit Grandmaster on main tank, and I haven't quite hit it, but I've been 3,900 or so on DPS. Yeah, my peak on support was 43 something. Alright, so now I know we lose when we lose them around. But I play lots of games here. I have, obviously that's my list of games I've played through. And I played a lot of Overwatch here, played World of Warcraft. GM, thanks. I also usually play main support. I feel like typically a lot of main supports are women. How often do I stream Overwatch? I don't know. It kind of depends on how I'm feeling. I'm kind of in a bit of an off phase with Overwatch right now, just because, you know, not a lot of content out, and I've kind of peaked. But I think, or at least I hope, there's a tournament starting later this month or early next month that I'm going to participate in. Oh, I do really like Ana. I always hoped they would give Moira the ability to stop her orbs like Orisa can. I thought that would be a good change to the character. All right, I'm going to skip right through this whole investigation
there he
again.
still is, looking right as you breathe in.
Okay.
The man before you, the material delicate. These are clearly
Indeed.
Armor.
Ceramic plate under the hill. Fair weather. Fair weather model T. The locals, we should keep a lookout for. No, I think he had something they.
Fucking
It is. We've requested for a full set.
Right.
About
That's
as
a
a wage,
lot.
it's regrettably. That's for us to find out. Just something I scraped together from my station.
High five. Thank you so much for that follow. I appreciate that.
He's not actually sure of that. He's just...
I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
Okay, knock on the
The
boots.
pry bar in your hand is it.
It's anything but.
Faint, like whirls of floorboards.
Fragile, what does this
If
remind
trees
me
from
of?
the whirls are in the shape of
Good.
Get the serial
We
number
have a make and a
again.
number. That's something.
the cadaver.
We
slowly-
back
the
off.
hangman's
Take a look at the
industry,
like in a
belts.
circus.
Yes, it looks like they use whatever was on hand. The brief suggested as much. Politically motivated. Then you should ask me the first moment we get.
Gonna stalk me now. All right. Polyester.
It's not me.
Yeah, I
This
remember
makes
that.
getting him down. A noose is one of those. That ladder can't carry a group.
Could be. The shape of the cadaver hangs from the cargo belt. An intricate
Suspect the
his
tattoos
corpse is
again.
alcohol and heartbreak.
Let's try this one different. Map of the night sky for the tattoos.
Map of the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great Century Messinian, maybe. But this seems more particular. Customized somehow.
No, I don't. Unfortunately, my work schedule does not really allow me to play Overwatch when other people usually are. I'm typically playing like right now in the middle of the night, and there aren't teams scrimming right now in the middle of the night.
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal
I work
choice.
nights in a
The
call
principle
center.
of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates, and you feel as though you were only half right.
So am I.
Okay. Half right at the star thing.
He takes a thin piece of
Right.
Shit, Kuno.
An instant. I have
Let
only
them
2
take the
ampoules.
pictures.
So nobody move. I don't.
a sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a
In case we need it. Yes. It is pretty
Cool.
cool, isn't it?
There is only one ampoule.
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say
We'll
it is
take a
well.
look at
Sure.
it.
Just don't lose it.
The glassy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms.
No, I don't. I don't really have any social media. My main things are probably Twitch and Discord. Let's see, how do we look him in
His
the eye?
eyes,
Talk to
dark
him.
brown. Underneath the curdled meat, there is an expression. Not carry.
I'm gone in the. There isn't. Go ahead. I'm a joke. Look at. Go ahead.
Okay,
Go.
what's
What do
happening?
you? It's the him.
Yeah, man!
He loves those. Because you're a copper. Coming right up, copper.
I'm calling my
Fuck
questions.
no. You're no Rooney. Listen to yours. You might be onto
right.
something there.
We're almost back to where we were before I died of morale failure. Forgot something
Because
terrible.
you
Building
love did me in, bro. Sure, looking at my face. Motionless. Ha!
Something is on its way.
Do I remind you of someone?
A baby affected with harlequinism?
You sure wrinkled out of that one, Coppolini. Maybe I was getting my rocks off.
Why do you speak like that? What is that dialect anyway?
It's a mishmash, Copperbolo. You think I'm Messinian, don't you? For you, this is how people from Messina speak like.
A bump? Like a fist bump? Like that? Are you from Messina?
No. My hair is too light a shade of brown. My eyebrows, too. Trust your inner racist.
What, are you racist now too?
You think I am? You think I was a
Thank you.
racist because this lump looks like military and has tattoos?
Thanks.
That's called profiling.
Okay. Are you feeling sexual arousal when they were
Do
hanging
I
you?
look like an erotic auto-asphyxiation type to you?
Last time I said yes, this time we'll say no. See what happens.
Captain Copodromo, I fear
he
we
says
are
the same
drifting
thing.
away, fixating on sexuality again.
That's
Come
enough.
back later, Copo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my...
Squint
As you
step
know,
back.
this is a trick. Only the lower extremities.
I see it.
The monster.
So, what do you think? Agreed. Especially on the neck. There's always a chance.
He was moved.
We should check
the
something
pool of
coming
the
out of
victim
him.
appeared.
The fuck?
Talking about shit.
We got
Did
lucky.
we? I don't feel lucky. I do.
He's beaten with the
Stop means you
bruises.
fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up.
I agree.
His personality is no longer.
Totally dead.
Totally dead. Okay. If you're looking at my things, it's a manual for Might and Magic 6 that I keep here on my desk. One of my favorite games. Let's see. The world no longer stores his personality in its composition. There was a time for that, and it ended 7 days ago.
That sounds about right. Yes.
Yes, it's an RPG, an old one from the 90s.
But there is no breath to catch.
How do we get him
Only the
down?
Are you sure
This is
we
where we were
finished
last
the
time.
preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might. The steel reinforced belt presents a The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting it.
Okay, I'm gonna try to shoot him down again.
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the bro.
Where?
Yeah.
Lieutenant's gonna try to
We'll
shoot the
miss.
buckle.
The pigs will miss, Kuno.
One bit. Thank you so much, Curiel. Alright, let's see. Take the shot. What's the
I'll
worst
blow
that can
his-
happen?
Take it.
Yeah.
Silent and produces a lightweight firearm.
He's gonna take the shot
He
again.
drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge.
Oh, and I'm sorry.
5
High five
taps,
for the bit. Thank you.
securing it in place. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's stance position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches.
He's gonna.
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off.
God damn it.
He misses. I wonder if he always
He
misses.
feels bad about it. About his eyes,
I wonder
man.
if there's any skill check he
Kuno
could
could have
do.
hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking.
I have to say, it's beginning to look.
Alright,
it's
now
bad
I'm gonna
go
try
ahead.
again.
This is the.
Yeah, take it, you fucking.
Take the
The
gun,
Cold
feel
piece
the
of
weight.
bacon.
fuck are you waiting?
Then I'm not gonna respond
Why
to
don't
criticism
you just
this.
shoot yourself in your mouth?
Jesus.
At least you won't miss.
This isn't mere boundary pushing. There is a true suicidal rate. Your field of
Close my
slow
eye.
move.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
Jeez. And then let's try 42%. Blow on the dice. Roll. Oh, yeah.
The buckle explodes into tiny pieces, coming loose with a whir. With your hand numb from the recoil, You look at the body slump down. For a moment, the man appears to kneel in front of you,
Yeah, that girl's a little hardcore with her language.
looking straight at you, helpless, trapped within itself.
Who killed you?
Communism.
Oh,
It takes a millisecond for the association to flash within your cortex. You have no idea where it's coming from, only that it's right. Then the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes sideways into the spring mud, letting out a horrid stench.
you've been policed.
Ace is high.
The Ace is High, a custom invented
yeah.
by the aerostatic brigades during the revolution, is used to celebrate success in Revachol, especially in sports. The gesture is spread across the world, despite the defeat of the revolutionaries themselves.
No, we're definitely not leaving him hanging. We're high-fiving this boy. Boom.
The lieutenant takes a little hop to perform the customary salutation. Your palm hurts from the slap. It's precise and down to the point.
I knew these guys were
I'm gonna ignore this kid. What
We
now?
will perform a field autopsy and determine the cause of death. But before... Excuse me. It looks like I feel like taking a break from the stench. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. Just a little breather before we do the autopsy.
All right.
In the meantime, we should locate the representative of the logistics company. My preliminary information...
I appreciate the
suggests Wild
compliments.
Pines have
You
sent a
take care.
strike
You have a good
negotiator
one, and
to
thank you so
wrangle
much
back
for the
control from the
follow and the bit. High five before you go. Take care. I will. Thank you very much. The logistics company.
I bet she has a fresh perspective to offer us. Since we've already talked to Everhart in the harbor, that interview is done, for better or for worse.
Right. Let's go then.
HoboCop. Technically, you wouldn't be a cop anymore, but a hobo. That would mean game over for the cop chapter of your adventures. But who knows where the hobo part takes you? To the bar? The old L'Assommoir? To the pier or the sewers? To Le Royaume, where for 300 years they interred the dead. You could plunder royalist crypts for long-forgotten triple malt bourbon, then fight the Aramakan beast that lurks the bottommost sepulchres. The secrets of the city are all yours at last.
It's been a week and now they show up?
Reveals extra special collector's edition tear bottles on the map and more money from selling tear. Learning cap for Shiver is raised to 6. Whoa. Oh. Ace is high. 1+1 empathy towards Kim. White morning. -2 logic. Some kind of superstar. I can be a superstar HoboCop. Actually, let's internalize Ace's high first, since Kim's still with us. Then we can level up. This is really low. Bonus for -2 for savoir-faire. Let's up my composure, actually. Action speed, composure, of my rhetoric. I'm gonna up my composure one. tattoos.
An intricate web of blue. It still kind of looks like a map of the stars in the night sky. But something's not right.
Okay, who are you?
Gone.
What's the meaning of this tattoo?
For you to discover. You've gotten as far as you will without assistance.
Okay. Alright, Kuno.
Fuck does Kuno care?
Ooh. -1 that I backed down from Kuno. Let me 72%. Let's figure out what's going on with this kid.
It's not Kuno. It's Kuno S.
How?
Kuno S is by far the worst of the two. Kuno has no problem being near you, but the other hides behind the fence, afraid for her life, like she's done something very bad. She came up with that psychopathic scheme of screaming for help before. Kuno just wanted to talk to you about his name. Kuno S was the one who wound him up and directed him. Also, Kuno hasn't stopped talking to you, even enjoys it from time to time. When you talk to the other one, it's like talking to a cornered animal.
That is true.
She only hisses. All in all, Kuno respects madness. You cannot hope to outdo her on that front. You must win yourself a few minutes with him alone.
Kuno, psst.
Fuck you whispering about?
He's whispering too. He's going with it. But watch what happens.
Fuck you whispering about!
If Kuno wants to whisper, he's gonna fucking whisper, okay? Let's whisper, pig.
This is it. You've got him. But be careful. You can still fuck this up. Don't make Kuno look bad in this.
Let's see. I think number 3 is the sensible option. Whew. I'm glad she's out of our hair. She's fucked up.
She's not fucked up. Everyone's fucked up. Stop judging shit.
Wrong move. But he's whispering still. You haven't lost him. Just don't mess up again. Or you will. There are no guarantees here.
Shit. Then now I'm thinking, what if I tell him number 1? She's trying to control you, and he does something like nobody controls Kuno. Or is it option 2? She's terrifying, but Kuno's not scared of anybody. God damn. I think I go with number 1.
It's okay. The pig's trying to pit us against each other. Not gonna let him do that.
That's it. You let him off the line. That was a bad, manipulative thing to say. You should understand. I got you this far. I couldn't get you all the way.
I knew it should have been number 2.
Trying to fuck my Kuno! Trying to fuck my Kuno away! Me and Kuno are tight. We ride for life.
A chill comes over you, the wind from the boulevard south, lashing you for trying to separate them, for trying to take the street out of Kuno.
Well, let me try once more. Maybe.
You were too pushy last time. Think this through. Try to really understand the psychological bond Kuno has with Kuno S.
Alright, what's the deal with Kuno S?
Just look. While Kuno has no problem being near you, she always hides behind the fence, afraid for her life. Like she's done something very bad.
She's pretty fucked up.
She came up with that psychopathic scheme of also, Kuno had all in all. Kuno respects Matt.
Fuck you whispering about?
Alright, he comes back.
He's whispering too. He's going with it. But
Fuck you!
If Kuno wants to whisper, he's gonna fucking whisper, okay? Let's whisper, pig.
this is it. You've got him. But be careful.
Crazy? You don't know the half of it. She's not crazy. She's insane. Dangerous. She's smoked a man. She's done people in. Probably even pigs.
Stop talking to him! Kuno, I'm fucking warning you! You're gonna get us into shit!
She understands what you're trying to do.
Yo, see? Did Kuno not tell ya? Kuno told ya. Kuno talks to whoever he wants. Talk, pig. Kuno's got it under control.
You did it. They're separated. He's even turned his back to her so she can't read his lips.
You said she's insane?
Yeah, she's psycho. None of that kiddie psycho. Cat burning shit. She does the real deal.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's the real deal.
Snuff radio shit. Believe me, pig, you don't want to know.
Think she has anything to do with the dead man?
Yeah, she would have liked to fuck him up, but she didn't. Kuno wasn't around, and C was with Kuno.
Where were you?
Look, Kuno's gonna put you at ease. We didn't do it.
He speaks the truth, my liege.
What do you mean she smoked someone?
Kuno means she killed someone. That's right, C's a killer. Like, actually a killer.
Really? Isn't she too small to overpower someone?
Are you getting this? You think I'm fucking telling you a joke here? How hard do you think it is to kill a fat ass? Sweet talk him, then knife him. She's probably killed a pig too. I mean, I'm pretty sure she has.
How many cops has she killed then?
Forget Kuno said that. Kuno was just shitting. Kuno was just running his mouth. Kuno's stupid like that.
The creature peers at you both from over the fence. There is something searching in her eyes.
What's that language she uses?
Fuck knows. She says it's the song of her people or some shit.
What people?
Crazy people. The fucking Nakis. I don't know.
Some things are too awful to dwell on. The Nakis and Runkaris might be some kind of defense mechanism.
She your sister?
Fuck no, she's not my sister. She's just a stray who got in. Like a mad dog or some shit. Yeah,
Right.
she was just there.
The apartment building behind
What
the
was that,
fence.
Kuno?
She was in the hallway, dripping wet, by the fucking shoe rack, in the dark.
Why?
Kuno's got no fucking idea. Her hair was all wet. I think she pissed on the floor too. She was there for 3 days, in the corner, every time Kuno went out.
She got in how?
I don't know. Someone left the door open. Kuno comes home and she's sleeping under the desk, under a pile of clothes, like a dog.
What about your parents?
Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit. Doesn't even see her there, or thinks it's fucking Kuno. Shit's all on Kuno.
Alright, and how you dealing with all this?
How's Kuno dealing? Kuno's dealing just fine. He doesn't need you fucking with any of it. C doesn't either. Kuno's got this shit under control.
Alright, you need backup, I'm here for you.
Listen, listen. C is Kuno's go-to. Kuno's protecting her. You fuck with C, you fuck with Kuno. You threaten her, you threaten to take her away.
This is what it all comes down to. He needs you to take him seriously now.
I'm going to kill you. I'll run when you put the cuffs on her, sneak up on you later, and fuck you up. You understand?
I can respect that.
All right. Now we can do business. Yeah? What do you want? Kuno can hook you up with...
Oh, don't hook him up with shit, Kuno.
See? Relax. He respects the Kuno. Kuno made him respect the Kuno. You respect the Kuno, you get all kinds of shit. Kuno's gonna get you hooked on illegal narcotics if you run a little errand for the Kuno. Get you hooked, pig. Get his hook in you. Then Kuno gonna get you hooking for more. Cash in big style. Pig hooker. And shit, you can even fuck back in Kuno's kingdom. Kuno saw you sniffing around that fucking pile of Etonite. It's a secret door, okay? Just pull it off and fuck back in there.
Alright. Maybe we can ask him more about the body.
The fuck about it?
Where's the rest of his armor?
Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor.
How come?
Kuno's fuck gimp's got one big thing wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant.
A mutant?
Look at him. Fucking growth hormone shit.
The Brits?
He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man. Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away.
I don't think there's you know what? I haven't found any battles in this game. I think this is almost like a storybook the entire time. What do you mean threw it away?
Kuno tried to get the helmet on, It was too big. Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno.
Threw it in the sea.
Yeah, that shit means nothing to Kuno. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk. You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly troubadour shit at the gate.
Oh.
Yeah, cock and boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or some shit? Came around pretending like he cares about cows?
Yes, you met him at the gates. The one with the boots and the jolly smile.
You mean Manana?
Yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a peep at Kuno's armor.
Yes, this troubadour has it. You can feel it.
Alright, and the contusions are definitely Kuno throwing rocks.
Fuck are you talking about? What is this contusion shit?
He says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid again.
A contusion is a bruise. I'm talking about the marks your stones left on the corpse.
Oh, did Kuno make your shit sniffing harder? Obstruction of shit sniffing.
Jesus.
This is Kuno's kingdom. Kuno fucking rules here.
You hear the lieutenant hum.
You're testing.
Get lost.
Alright. Yeah, kids off
Right,
and playing
Pig,
this arm.
this is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Fuck do you want with it?
The dead man's clothes were in the trash container. How'd they get there?
Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno.
Alright, I need to know. It could be a lead in the investigation. Someone may have tampered with the murder scene.
Listen. Kuno doesn't care about this small-time shit. Just listen. Kuno saw what you did there, dumpster diving. Sad shit. Kuno could hook you up with some sweet rags. Shit like Kuno's wearing. Your size, good price. 500 real.
Alright, I asked you what happened to his clothes. You must have seen him lying around.
Look, Kuno ain't seen shit lying around, except for that there. Now you want performance gear or not, Grandpa?
The lieutenant remains silent, but his expression couldn't say, "I told you so,"
Alright,
any
what's so
louder.
great about these pants?
Pig, these are found modulars. Liquid fit, performance crotch, urban survival shit. Made in Mirova by scientists. Pants scientists. Believe it, you need this shit.
He unzips his jacket to give you a quick peek at the plastic wrapped pants. They are graphite black and look brand new.
These could drastically improve your chances of survival in the urban wilderness. Coach Physical Instrument endorses these pants. They are tartan ready. They will also make you into an idiot.
Alright, I might be interested. Let's talk about it
Alright,
later.
Pico, shit's rolling.
Don't do business with the pig, Kuno. He's going to steal all your money, Kuno.
As you can see, Kuno and C don't trust you. Can't do business without trust.
There's more to his distrust than being a pig. He feels threatened by something obscure in you. What that is, however, remains a puzzle for now.
Alright, this mug was in the trash.
The fuck? A mug in the trash? Is this about the fucking clothes again?
Yeah, this racist mug have anything to do with it?
Yeah, Kuno sees where this is going. Kuno's got that fast brain. You saying you picked it after the mug fucker? Cause he's the clothes fucker?
I can't hear you, Kuno. Speak louder, Kuno.
Exactly what I'm saying, Kuno. Someone has tampered with the crime scene, cleaned some of it up.
Shit, that's tense. Someone's going to the beat-down basement, huh? Mug guy gonna get tied to the radiator. Kuno doesn't know who put that shit in there. And if he did, he wouldn't squeal. But if you find out, maybe you can...
Stop turning into a pig, Kuno. They're trying to get you hooked on the snitching. Get away from my Kuno.
Yeah,
Jeez.
get your bacon shit away. Kuno doesn't like to be seen with the popo. Get your shit done and out of Kuno's face.
Alright, you ever climb the ladder over there?
Look at that fucking shit. You're trying to get Kuno killed.
You'd say the ladder is unclimbable?
Fuck does Kuno know? Kuno's not a fucking acrobat.
The lieutenant takes a quick note in his notebook.
It's a trap, Kuno! Don't climb it, Kuno!
Alright, what's in the greenhouse?
Dunno. Kiptas gardener used to work there.
Oh, did I already do this? That
Look.
gardener?
Kuno doesn't explain shit.
We already
Yeah.
read this.
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
I can buy a track pants from him for $15. Alright, what was that about running you an errand and illegal narcotics?
Kuno gets it from his dad. Kuno and his dad are major suppliers. That's where Kuno gets his lightning on. Problem is, Kuno and his dad had a little falling out. Now junkies clawing at Kuno's door. Streets going mad. Kuno's got to throw his dirty popo man at it.
Okay.
Dirty popo man is you. In there is Kuno's violent dad on steroids. Kuno's dad does steroids and speed. If you can take him, you can have half of the speed.
Who is your dad?
Kuno's dad is a fucking monster. He's the most violent man in Revachol. He doesn't give a shit about a single thing. He drinks too.
Are you sure you can take on the most violent man in Revachol? In your condition?
How much material are we talking about?
Like half. A
Apple.
baggie, but like in this vial.
That's half a gram, sir.
Half a gram.
Yeah, half a G. Want it or not?
That's not very much.
Fuck you talking about half a G? This shit is giant grade A shit. So clean you can barely see it.
You can barely see it because there's barely any.
Okay, Kuno's listening.
Alright, what's happened? Oh man. I can go in there to get speed. Going after the most violent man in Revachol. Gonna go confiscate it. Or lie, confiscate it, and take the speed. But I'm not going in there.
Kuno sees you're too pussy to face Kuno's dad.
Another sane decision, detective.
Alright, I'm off.
Kuno doesn't.
The rotting man lies on his side. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Tell me something, dead man.
Shoot, Looney Rooney.
Which was it that killed you then, love or communism?
Huh?
You said love killed you, but when you fell down, you said it was communism.
You're misquoting me, Rooney. I said communism killed me. Love did me in.
Oh.
Come back later, Copo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible. Also, see me in your dreams.
Alright.
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
Clap your gloved hands. Let's get in there.
There truly is a time for everything, even for yellow gardening gloves. However, they are lacking hygienically. I suggest you get in there in limited capacity.
Alright, he makes sense.
I'll ask you when I need you to. For the most part, maybe I should handle the contact and you take notes?
Alright.
Yes, you see, the field autopsy form is the one on red copier paper.
Let's open that up.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with,
Begin, assistant.
That's you.
Alright, I'm just gonna write my real name then, Harry
the
Dubois.
corpse is indifferent to your scribblings, just lies there. The next box says,
Coroner's case number.
KK57 0803 dot 0815. Next. NA. Next.
Name, date of
NA.
birth, age.
Roughly 50.
dry 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side.
I'm gonna write around 42.
He nods.
Mondial.
The pudgy mess
Mondial.
of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Fucky, fucky!
Sex.
Male.
Pigs can have sex.
Right, fucky, pig's gonna have sex or male. It's
Nor
right, male.
does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
Date of death.
We're still going with March 4th, 51.
Oh, look, doing it European style. I was like, what? That's April. It's April 3rd.
What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
KK 57 0503 0815 listens motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
Evidence of treatment.
None, at least not after the initial examination.
A strange word. Treatment.
What exactly is treatment anyway?
Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem.
Yeah, didn't the footprints look like he was carried?
They'd have to have incapacitated and carried him over. This man was more than a match for untrained dog walkers.
Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-DeLorean burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then, somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosencrantz Row, Lieutenant Nick Feuerbach puts his hand to the chest of a small corpse, no larger than a monkey. It's raining outside, light drizzle. There is darkness in the shed. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette bull-like against the window. Outside, Grand Coudon. The day is turning dim for Sergeant Mac Dawson. Hand extended, he approaches, to make sure she is dead more than anything else.
Oh, is this my character's dead child?
The building is tall, 7 stories, wind-wrapped in solitude. Most of the apartments are unoccupied. This was a suicide. The other, an accident. The small one. And so, all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH, 42 deceased persons found today. 42 stations of breath.
We should start the post-mortem.
Okay.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think.
Abruldin.
Let's see.
Turns the body on its side and checks the underwear label.
See, it's happening.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
Right?
The boots are ceramic. Vitreous enamel. They are fused to his skin from blood flowing downward post-mortem. Removal of the boots is left for
Downward.
processing. The boot has a serial number. It's E50.100.100. The lines between the plates are in the shape of the alphanumerical. The number is purposefully concealed by the design.
Okay.
Tattoos.
Hands up, feet planted on either side of the body.
The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo, resembling a map of the night sky. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene, using a Trigat Mini.
Right.
The deceased has a cargo lashing belt around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color yellow. Length 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end.
Okay.
Well nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age 42. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature below freezing. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
I'm gonna touch his hair.
The hair under your latex fingers feels cold to touch, wet.
Stroke his hair gently.
The stench is suffocating. Strands of dark brown hair start sticking to the latex of the glove, like thread off a rag doll's head. There must be brilliantine in there. He's combed his hair back with oil. More hair sticks to the glove. Hair off the rain-soaked head of a dead man. There are bumps and dips on the skull below. An alien landscape. There, dead man. You were someone's child. It's all over now.
I'm not gonna say there, baby, to him. Let's write it down, adding the brilliantine.
Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs. Consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Fucking low velocity? You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max.
Jesus.
Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest. Consistent with predation.
I'm not gonna amend for high velocity, Kuno. Fuck right off with that.
You get your mark.
The lieutenant produces a small folding knife, with the other hand pulling on the belt. He starts cutting into the polyester. The stench is horrid. After a while, it's obvious the material cannot be cut.
The steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
Good thing we got these chain cutters.
Always good to think ahead. Now,
Points to the rope squeezing the dead man's neck.
we need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much precision as you can.
See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
Shoot. Let's look for a good spot to cut.
The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the yeast. The knot is the weak spot. The chain cutters fit in there. Steady now, like a flower arranger. 2 cuts and it should come loose.
+3, 72%.
After some deliberation, you sink the cutters into the knot tying the belt together. You squeeze the rubber handles together, sweat forming on your brow. Snap! The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck.
The lieutenant has kneeled closer, running his finger along the dark red groove until there's a gap.
Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters.
Okay.
Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact, genitalia.
No! Let's get up and see!
I fucking knew it!
This is clearly what they've been waiting for, ever since the autopsy began. The lieutenant is trying to make it as boring as possible.
Fair.
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
Well, I don't know why I would ask this question. I think you can... Does it look like he was enjoying his moment of death?
Ah yes, your hunch before. We can have a semen analysis requested from processing, if that's what you meant.
Yes, processing. Science, that's what I meant.
Mm-hmm. Just write down that we request an analysis.
The corpse with his pants down does not have an opinion on the subject. All he has is genitals and a deathly odor.
Let's inspect the genitals.
The dead man's penis is average-sized, congested from the downward collection of blood. The testicles are uneven in length, hanging underneath. The genitalia is greenish. Marbling is present around the crotch.
Okay, let's write it down.
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip. In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades, dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active combat duty.
Scarring is extensive, way more than a law official's.
We have a real museum here. Of battles, wars. Last item, hands.
Let's see, let's pick up the hand.
His flesh is cold, icy.
Icy.
Pleased to meet you. Where are you from? And what's your name?
My name is what?
I'm only
My name
fucking
is
with you. I know where you're from. From Cappadocia. And your name is Il Kobo. What can I do for you, Il Kobo di Cappadocia?
It's good to hold your hand. Did you like it when I stroked your hair?
I did, Kobo, I did. Reminded me of when I was just a small boy, before this happened to my face and my body. You did me a kindness there. We should do this more often. Be close like this. I mean...
Hands are clean. No sign of injury from struggling.
Yeah, were we expecting any? I mean, I kind of was.
I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment.
Working so close to the fumes coming from the corpse must be hard. You realize suddenly that the lieutenant has been barely keeping it together these past 2 items.
Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next?
Oh, man. Do the description of the injuries.
I'm afraid we can't continue before we've gone through both the external and internal examination first, thoroughly.
Internal examination, then.
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
If I may add the moral of the story?
What would that be?
The dead man looks, too, with barely contained excitement to hear the moral of his story.
The brain is very vulnerable to compromises in its blood supply.
I think that may well be the moral of every story, officer.
Alright, I'll write in A.
Good. Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous.
Ugh.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable. Respiratory system.
Back hunched as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. He stops to exert more force. Both hands are used.
Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
From here, it looks as though the clown-faced man is screaming. The tendons of his jaw are torn apart. Hyoid ripped from the force of the lieutenant's hands.
Let's look inside.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight in that mouth of his.
Let's look deeper. Oh, fuck. I died of a heart attack. Clearance.
You feel something in your chest, an unnatural pressure. It's spreading to your left arm, your jaw. Very, very bad. This is the end bad.
Remain conscious.
All you feel is pain and weakness.
No, I upgraded
You
my
have to surrender now.
up to my
We
endurance.
all do. It gets so dark. You don't even see her face. Like you always...
Guess leveling up your endurance doesn't do anything. Man. Alright, now I gotta get back to the point I was at. Just before or after I talked to Kuno?
Fuck does Kuno care? Kuno doesn't.
It's after Kuno. Alright, let's get back to this. Go through all the same
rotting
choices I
man
just made.
lies on his... The lieutenant adjusts his...
Come on, officer. You know what a field. Fine. A scalpel is not always. There truly is a time. I'll ask you when I. Yes, you see, the field autopsy.
The dead man above those, and
That's you.
the corpse,
KK. Next. NA. NA.
dry 40. He not
Mondial.
the pudgy mess,
Male.
nor
We're still good. What else?
KK.
None.
A strange word. Treatment.
They'd have to have in.
Your central, somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed elsewhere yet. The building, and so, all across,
We should start.
the corpse cannot feel Kim.
Clothes. Babrodi.
The disappointment.
The boots are. The boot has a series tattoos. The upper torso. The assistant had the deceased, well nourished. Body hair is light brown.
The hair under
His
your lip.
hair
The step.
gently.
There must be brilliantine in there. More hair.
Steady.
There, dead man. You
I'm gonna
were
try
someone's child.
There, baby again.
The lieutenant watches you in silence.
Write it down.
Lividity is consistent with hanging.
Fucking low velocity talking
In addition, there ligature mark. The steel wiring.
You got just the right tool for that.
Always good to. We need to.
See,
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
The belt,
That's
the knot
fine.
is the weak
Go for the
spot.
roll again.
The chain cut. You jam
Oh,
the
fuck,
cutters
I missed
right
again.
under the
Man.
knot. That seems like a smart idea. Yeah, somewhere there. Already they're buried deep in the man's flesh. Then you rotate them to get a better hold. Then
Fuckity
the
fuck.
lieutenant looks by, somewhat worried as you summon power words to your aid.
Yeah, fuck him. Fuck that faggoty. Corpse fucking time.
Jeez.
told you my pig was hardcore.
I should have a go first. I think I have a strategy.
Yeah, let him work.
He sinks the cutters into the knot, preparing to perform the cuts, with his elbow to his knee for precision. Snap. The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower boot.
Here. The rope rises to a point, leaving hemorrhaging is observed on the skin. Chest is intact.
No,
This is clearly what they...
Genitalia is male and unremarkable.
The dead man's penis.
The
Ah,
genitals.
yes, your hunch before. We
Let's
can have
instead
a
this
semen
time say a
analysis
psychic
request.
read.
No, you weren't, officer. That would be preposterous. Just write down that we request a semen, vaginal, and anal fluids analysis.
The corpse with his pants down does not have an opinion.
Back is
Semen
symmetrical.
sample.
In addition,
From wounds sustained,
last item.
his flesh...
Pleased to meet you. I'm only fucking with you. I did come. We should do.
Hands are clean. No, I was.
Working
Danny,
so...
write it down. Right, internal
Central
again.
nervous-
Of course, there is a...
What would that?
The dead
Oral,
I think that may. Good.
up, up.
with...
Yeah,
The hyoid bone is fractured. Respiratory oral cavity shot.
From here, it looks as though no scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there.
If I
Sickly
level up
sweet
endurance
air,
right
unlike
now.
anything living. You feel like you're about to
And then we
throw
look
up
deeper
again.
inside again.
It's hard. Once more, you taste stomach acid in the back of your throat. A contraction. Your throat pumps a little something from your stomach and into your mouth. You're forced to swallow, just to keep looking. Inside, you see darkness. Just a mess of meat and darkness.
There are ancient mysteries down there, Kobo. Ask me later.
Hemorrhaging present
Okay.
in mucus.
The lieutenant repeats impatiently. He lets go of the jaws. The mouth snaps shut before you.
Hepatobiliary. NA.
Why, don't we have anything?
Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
Think so.
Neither am I.
That's
it. Same for toxicology and serology. NA. Unless you have untapped reservoirs of knowledge there.
The completionist in me wonders if there's something we could still do.
We already have one test as per regulation, and we already requested semen.
Pigs requested semen like it's no big deal.
I'm not even interested in these boring milk cuts anymore. I haven't sucked him off or anything.
Toxicology. No. I think we leave it at the semen test.
Leave it NA, then. Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging. Gastrointestinal.
Alright. He breathes a sigh of approaching relief. This is the last field on the list. He looks around to the ground, the pool of feces there.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
And write down and omit the voila.
What's next on the list?
Description of injuries.
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too.
What about the injuries we've inflicted?
Oh, so we inflicted them?
Okay, I've inflicted.
Okay, so there's an incision on the thorax from a chain cutter. I wouldn't mention it. Better not to muddy the waters.
Isn't that sloppy?
Be pedantic if you like, it doesn't matter. No one else is going to investigate this man's murder. And if they do, such details would only confuse them.
Fair.
See? These pigs are fucking corrupt.
Why don't you fuck him if you love him so much?
Now, injuries.
Bite marks.
Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted. And your opinion, officer?
Yeah, non-fatal.
Agreed. Next injury?
Fusion.
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
The lieutenant's admission has caused great gratitude in Kuna. He is silent with it. Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Postmortem.
Right. Next.
And we do the ligature mark.
A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible.
Yeah, this one's non-fatal either, or as well.
He is deep in thought, eyes fixed on the bright red ring around the dead man's neck.
Why do you say that?
Yeah, I don't think this is the one that killed him. I think he was hung after he died.
Okay. Why don't you think it was fatal?
Yeah, what a, oh, I'm about to sneeze. Why weren't his hands tied? Why wouldn't he also be clawing at his neck to try to get it off?
Honestly, I'm not sure there weren't marks on his wrist. That part got blurry for me. The stench. But you're right, I was ready to call this. Now I think we should leave it empty, at least for the time being. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
Alright, how'd it go?
It was an irregular field autopsy. We did not establish cause of death, which is supposed to be the goal of an autopsy. But, personally, I do not see this as a parameter for success.
Okay.
We requested a test to be run on the genitals. That was the règle. The results should arrive in a couple of weeks if we are lucky. I will not hold my breath.
What else?
We were thorough with the list of injuries, too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
I agree.
I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg for processing.
He looks at the dead man one more time, then at the slip of red paper in his hand, then at the corpse again.
He's thinking, did I miss something? You tilt your head, also looking at the corpse. I'm sure we didn't get everything. There's always something.
Okay. Give me just a quick moment. I will be right back. Actually, hang on. Let me get to the end of this. I gotta pee super bad, but hold on. Well, I think let's try this roll.
You run your hands over the victim's cold body, his limbs, his torso with its swollen organs. Maybe you should be more thorough.
Under the fingernails again?
His fingernails have turned dark. They're chipped and quite long. There is dirt under them. That's all.
Do you think we missed something?
You can't shake the feeling that there are more secrets concealed in the flesh before you.
I've got a gut feeling there's more to this.
Well, we are in livor mortis here. He is disintegrating. We need to refrigerate the body if we want to conduct another examination, and we need to do it fast.
Okay, hang tight. I gotta pee super bad. I'll be right back, guys. Thanks for hanging out so far. Give me just a moment. Thank you very much. Went pee, grabbed a good snack, and got my cool orange bun, water. Okay. Get back to this body. Alright, where do we find a fridge for the body?
It would have to be industrial in size. Let's start by asking Gart at the Whirling in Rags and the Fritz store down at the gates. If they don't know, but only if all else fails.
Okay.
Fuck are you looking at, Beano, man? You want a piece of the Kuno? Wanna get fucked?
Only if all else fails.
Alright, sorry then.
This is one task we cannot sideline. With every hour, whatever we are looking for will become harder to find.
Okay. Start with the fridge in here and then head down the Freet. Karaoke time.
Can I help you?
Right, here's your trash container. Keith.
Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for.
Found the victim's clothes.
How strange. I certainly didn't put them there.
What else has keys to the trash container?
The trash collection service? CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though.
The Shadowrun games. I don't know. Let me take a note of it and I'll double check later.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threads that solves itself down the road.
On Clinton Street, near the Boogie Street Diamond, a small truck rattles down an alleyway. It stops by a rusted trash container. Two men, their faces rough and swollen, jump out. They look at the container despondently. CSM is written on their backs.
Thank you anyway.
Someone on your staff have put him there?
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene.
Alright, I believe you. I'm in need of a fridge.
Yes. For the dead body. You want to put a dead corpse into my fridge, right?
Correct him.
Correct him? No.
You're lying. You're not putting a dead body into my fridge.
Why?
Because this is a culinary establishment, not a morgue. I can't believe you even asked me.
It would only be for...
Lieutenant, you too? You're asking too? No. The answer is no. I will not turn this place into some kind of macabre circus.
This game is pretty cool. And the Shadowrun games look like this but are combat focused. Is it isometric as well?
Let's go talk to the Frit clerk.
What thing?
Okay. A sign that said the mess hall is reserved for the Union.
Yes, not the whole damn Union, thank God. Just the nastiest and
That's a good way to put it.
loudest
It does look like a
faction.
painting.
They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info. We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even men on strike.
You glance at the clock on the wall behind the manager. Huh.
After 1600, why isn't anyone in the mess
Good
hall?
question.
They're probably getting drunk or protesting something somewhere, or laying low after the, lynching. They probably fucking killed that guy or something, and that's why.
I have a feeling we'll make their acquaintance sooner or later.
Oh, that crew that's going up there to the ISS today?
What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
Okay. Right, can I, play karaoke? No? No karaoke right now? Go try to find a fridge. Ah. Bum, 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 ch, ch. I haven't been in here yet, have I? Bum, bum, ba, ba, bum, bum, bum.
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything
Frit.
is out on the shelves.
What's that magazine she's reading?
You mean this?
He looks at the cover, boasting a colorful photo of two girls kissing.
This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Not for sale.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
What's this fashion police feature?
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most stylish.
Really? Please tell me they have a big plunger that they just that they do. Who's the numero uno guy on there? In there right now, does he look like this? Pointing at himself.
No, I don't think so.
We are not the fashion police. We're the real police.
Alright, what is this place?
I don't know. Frit?
What is it?
A 7 to 11 grocery store.
Why is it written with 3 T's?
I think they think that the extra T makes it funkier. It doesn't.
Funkier?
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but...
You have a fridge?
Mm-hmm. Right behind you.
Need to store a corpse there.
You're joking, right?
Nope, I'm not joking. Need to store it in your fridge.
Okay. It wouldn't even fit, you know.
Now that I'm looking at it, maybe a glass-doored fridge in a public grocery store isn't the best option for storing a corpse.
Yeah, it's too small.
Okay.
Tell me anything about the dead body?
I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so...
What do you think happened?
I don't know.
No need to worry.
Okay.
It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you hear anything, let us know, okay?
Okay.
Alright, thanks for your help.
Uh-huh.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
Oh, that's the tear machine.
Yeah, but what is it?
It's a machine for tear. You know, you find tear outside, like bottles or whatever, and put it in the machine, then it gives you money. You need a bag, I guess. We used to have some, but we gave them all out, so... Feel free to use it if you find a bag, though. I'm sure there are some out there, somewhere.
Okay.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
Saint Baptiste.
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
Oh, I can heal myself here.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
Another Nosafid, so I do.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
Okay, maybe that's what it meant by healing yourself.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back. The packages are small, discreet, sloppily stacked, making them easier to take unnoticed. No need to worry about knocking over a display.
I can try to steal a raincoat, okay?
What is what? If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real.
Her attention is drawn to the raincoats. Stealing one undetected will now be more difficult.
Yeah, I'm not going to steal it. That.
A colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles line the shop wall, inviting you closer. There, in that dark green glass, all in vain. The great flowing river of warmth, wine, alcohol, beer, alcohol, love, alcohol.
Alright. Not right now. Roses, tulips. Where can I get a friggin' fridge?
Went native on the chief, huh? Those ballerina antics were reckless. Should have just punched him in the throat again. Let's talk about our right to work.
Nothing else for you. Almost done researching that. Do 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 do. Where can I get a fridge?
Hello again, my man. What's on your mind?
Let's try an empathy check.
In his eyes, an unfamiliar longing, flecks of brown and gold. It's hard to say. His gaze wanders southwest, down the street that goes beyond the horizon. The road continues for miles, flowing together with other roads, turning into causeways or bridges, ending suddenly in dead ends, or ramping up or down highways. It forms a crisscross pattern across the land.
Where does it lead?
Above the Jamrock Quarter, in the form of a raised motorway, and then the never-ending sprawl of Forburg, high above buildings, new and old, the air filled with the rumble of motor engines.
Is he looking back to his family?
To the old South, to the farthest outskirts of Revachon, through the checkered fields of farmland, upstream to the river Esperance, past Montmartin. The border approaches.
What's beyond the border?
You cannot see. It's out of the city. Up ahead, the mist blocks all sight. A gale blows across your cheeks. It is cold. Before you stands a tall lorry driver with sad eyes.
What's in the southwest?
Excuse me?
A flinch jolts his frame. The question has touched a nerve.
Hell, I get longing. I felt something similar since I woke up.
Man, I don't know what to say. Not much anyone can do. There's no helping in absence, you know. I miss my family. They're all I have. My wife, second kid on the way, waiting all the way in Diora. And here I am stuck in this shit, so far from home. Diora of the Seven Seas. It's on the other end of Le Caillou, pretty much, on another island called Laurentide, off mainland. We've got a little place there. Can almost hear my kid laugh when it snows.
What's it like to miss someone?
What's it like? Good. And bad. An ache that brings you joy. I think of them a lot. I dream up these silly scenarios in great detail of living with them. It comforts me. What about you, Cop Man? You missing someone?
Is that what it is? This feeling? No, it's scarier than that. You're pursued by a hunter, smelling of apricots and sorrow, and the past.
I miss someone, but I don't know who it is.
I feel for you, my friend. It's bad enough to know who you miss. Missing like that doesn't feel like it has much of an upside. But, thanks for this. It's nice to talk to someone, and I know it wasn't easy to ask. I hope you find your way through your own troubles.
All right, thanks. Can't necessarily rule him. He's a super nice guy, but can't necessarily rule him out as one of being involved in the hanging. Who's this?
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
Oh, hello.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
What kind of store is this anyway?
It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
Don't be ridiculous. I know all these things.
You're fooling nobody.
I said I know all of these things, and I do, God damn it.
Sir, are you okay? You've been standing here silently for a while now.
Is it okay if I ask you some questions?
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
You wouldn't happen to know a good fridge, would you?
A fridge?
Yeah, like a big, big fridge a cop would put a dead body into.
You mean like the ice bear fridge? Man, that's scary.
Ice bear fridge?
Yes, like a bear, but white. There's a fridge below the building in the basement, with red glowing eyes. I went back there once, behind the bookstore. Mum doesn't want me to go there anymore. Not that I want to. It was pretty scary.
There's a big fridge there?
Yes.
Okay, how do I get inside the building?
That's a problem. The only way in is through the bookstore, but my mum is pretty strict about not letting anyone in.
My mum.
But I don't know. You're a policeman. Maybe you can convince her somehow. Anyway.
Alright, what's your name?
My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store.
Plaisance?
She's inside minding the register or organising the stock. Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
And you're out here in the cold cause...
I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance and biographies of famous people.
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling. But she's cold.
You're cold. Can I help in some way?
Kind of you to offer, sir.
What could you do to help her anyway?
Should I have a word with the store owner, maybe?
Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm.
Shouldn't he be in school, though?
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
Isn't school more important than this?
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
There is stress and unease behind these words. She's reciting etiquette.
How's the business going?
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
Cursed in what way?
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go... Well, they run out of money and have to stop doing business.
That sounds rather serious. Should probably look into this.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into here.
Okay.
Yes. Please do also look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games are there, sir.
What do you know about the other failed businesses?
Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow
Where's
me
the
to
light?
sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't really know what's there.
How does this curse manifest itself?
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather.
But Kim, the plasmic manifestations...
No such thing.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir?
Alright, enough about the
Maybe
curse.
I can tell you about some of our books instead.
I'll see you around. We gotta get this body in this fridge. I'll go talk to this lady. Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance.
Didn't we talk to this lady before?
Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
A golden pendant hangs around the woman's neck, in the shape of what looks like a tiny fish head trapped in amber.
A curious pendant you're wearing.
Oh yes, helps to have an anchor in these times.
Alright, you're the owner of the store?
I am the proudest
Excuse
owner
me.
of our little shop of culture.
Your daughter's the one standing outside, right?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Yep.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store.
10. She's very polite and helpful.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
The way you're handling her strikes me as wrong.
Mind your own business, sir. In our society, people don't get to tell each other how to raise their children. It's none of your or anyone's business.
Alright, let's
The
change
woman
subject.
before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges her glasses.
Alright, I was told that there's a huge fridge in the building cellar. Can you lead me there?
A fridge? No, I don't know anything about a fridge. Aren't you interested in books?
For whatever reason, she's lying to you about the fridge. Seems like you have to find your own way to the cellar.
What if I wanted to buy a book?
Then why are you talking to me? Everything is on the shelves to browse. Don't you feel compelled to buy anything? See those shelves there? Go. Be drawn.
What type of books do you have?
Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself.
She's attempting to mentally direct you towards the shelves. She only wants you to buy the goods. She doesn't care about the books.
All right, I'll go
She
take a look.
smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
The girl outside mentioned this place is cursed.
Cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy. Good for commercial activity. My business is thriving, sir.
Doesn't feel like it's thriving. Feels ghostly.
Farewell for now, book peddler.
Aces high. For the rest of the world, the Aces High is just a cool Revachol thing, politically neutral. In Revachol, it still holds revolutionary connotations. Also, have you looked at Lieutenant Kitsuragi's clothes? He wears a bomber jacket, just like the ones worn by aerostatic brigades, and those cargo pants could store tools for hotfixing your aerostatic. Maybe you should ask him about this.
We got aces high. -2 logic. What's my logic sitting at right now? I don't think I'm using my logic a ton. I'm not gonna have a lot of logic left. -1 authority for 5 hours. -2 logic. Oh, I need to unlock a new slot. Research. Okay. Sports magazines tucked away. Picture book. Tome of Fascist Magic, okay.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
Okay.
Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services.
How does that work?
It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to, and which costs more than this book, is garbage, and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything. Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place.
Say anything else?
The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver. And there's even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre and post factum apply. Nothing worth buying. This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this?
Ooh. Very high, 97%. Can we pass?
The throbbing in your head increases with every passing moment you gaze at this shelf. Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. The title of it reads, Medicinal Purposes of the Pearl.
What's this about?
The book contains descriptions of various pseudoscientific therapies, alternative medicines, and folk remedies involving the Pearl, also known as le territoire. For example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venik or hand broom, made from the leafy twigs of a young birch tree from the near Pearl.
Sounds painful.
It is supposedly invigorating and good for the circulation.
Oh, they did. And I read something today that apparently this narrator is not a voice actor. He saw an ad and thought I could do that, and he did it for the money. It's just some unknown guy. What else?
It also recommends consuming distilled spirits like vodka or whiskey that have been aged in the pail. Readers are instructed to cover these jars in a shallow hole just inside the pail and leave them there for 30 to 60 days, depending on the potency desired.
What does this do?
Among other benefits, it is alleged to restore a damaged liver to perfect health.
I should probably get my hands on some of that. What else is in there?
For general health and well-being, readers are encouraged to take regular strolls through the pail, though a sidebar cautions readers to limit each stroll to less than an hour. These strolls promise to cleanse the mind of worries and the body of toxins, especially if the perambulator performs this ritual in the nude. Nudity figures prominently in a number of these prescriptions. This is exactly what you need. There's an entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their marital obligations.
This is just the narrator. He narrates most things. See, I probably need that.
Excuse me, sir. I believe you've been perusing that particular volume long enough. If you'd like to continue reading, I must insist you buy it.
Oh, I want to buy it, though. Okay. Costs $4.20, blaze it.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you.
It's like a pagan trinket, kind of?
Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
Hey, shopkeep, what's behind the curtains?
Nothing. Why aren't you browsing the books? Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? You ought to.
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
I think I'm going to pull them open.
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers.
Her hand has closed around her pendant, her fingers nervously playing with the talisman.
Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
I've heard there's a fridge in there that I need.
Everybody suddenly needs something from there. Leave the curtains be. It's what it wants.
Okay, not totally unexperienced. I had just seen I think it was a quick headline on Reddit, so, and people talking about it in the comments. This is about the curse? Is that why you're afraid?
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains.
Ma'am, this is different. I'm a police officer. I need to get in there.
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there.
Oh. She stops abruptly as her hand flies over her mouth, baffled by her own bluntness.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers.
But I sense this place calling for me. I must investigate beyond the threshold.
You do? My God. Even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir.
I'm so sorry, ma'am.
No! Please just talk to me, officer. Come here and let's talk this through before you decide to do anything extreme.
There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
I'll agree with her. Let's go talk to this woman.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Why are you so uptight about those curtains? I just want to know what's on the other side.
I already told you, it's just a storage room for employees. I don't understand why it's so important to you.
'Cause I need the fridge.
Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the books.
She's so tense, it's a miracle she hasn't snapped in half yet.
If it's just a storage room, then why do you have that strange trinket on the curtains?
It's just for decoration.
Yeah. Hey, Plaisance, let's head back there together. She wavers under your gaze, mouth pressed into a tight-lipped smile. Then something breaks.
Okay, fine. It's because this place is cursed. Just like Annette said, they don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
How does this curse manifest itself?
The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation.
Shiver runs through the woman as she looks around the dimly lit store.
It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
Didn't that curtain just move?
Ah, Annette mentioned that the previous tenants have experienced some financial troubles.
It's not just that, officer. We're dealing with something supernatural here. It's the cacodemons feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements.
Like from Doom, the cacodemons.
There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie, lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here.
Sounds familiar.
Strange. I feel unwanted too. What does it mean?
Truly so? Perhaps the dark energies are leeching off you. You shouldn't stay in the store too long. It may be dangerous.
Like me to take the case? I can investigate, see if the curse is real.
Most certainly not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to get involved in this mess. Stay away. Leave the spirits be, so they can return to their slumber.
Psychic arts? Sounds right down our alley.
I got -1 for giving smart-ass parenting advice, but I'm on a quest to freeze the body, and I'm a master of the psychic arts. 58%. We can, once again, for good luck, roll it. Yes.
Slither up to her, you silver-tongued fiend. Show her what world-class perfidy looks like.
Ma'am, I've come to help. I've handled paranatural situations before.
Are you sure? Don't think I haven't seen charlatans before.
I've sensed the psychic emanations from afar. The sleeper beyond calls out.
I'm not sure I can trust your claims. Honestly, you look like a bit of a drinker. I'm sorry for being so blunt, but...
The lieutenant keeps his usual stony calm. He silently picks out his notebook. Go ahead then. Rock her world, he thinks. I'll compose some notes.
I admit I've had my share of drinks, but only because the spectral realm is parapsychologically taxing.
How do you know all this?
Here we go.
This seems like a bad line. I am the Void Revenant. I have the powers to debad all the bad energies.
I should have realized. A pattern lies within the fabric. The hand of fate guides us.
She's into
Our
it.
meeting couldn't have been mere chance.
Perhaps you truly are the one to deliver this woman from the doom.
But I am not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. You are certain you can help us? Keep us safe? I can't allow any collateral damage to hit us.
Just ask my partner, Kim. He'll vouch for me.
Oh,
Oh, I put him on the spot.
certainly
Whoops.
so, ma'am. I can assure you my partner is eminent in this particular field.
If you promise, good officer, then you might be our last hope. Do you swear it?
On by honor.
Thank you, sir. There's one more thing I haven't told you about yet. The entity.
Do not act surprised. You know of these things, sire.
Of course, the entity. I have sensed its presence.
You have? The entity takes the form of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected that she must be
Hey,
connected to
Enchanter.
the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you know that she lives inside the chimney?
Chimney, the passage between heaven and hell, of course.
Yes, that chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. What is the source of this curse? Here's the key to the warded door behind the curtains. Take it. Oh,
Okay.
and please do return to me after you've looked round. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse. What you discover in there.
Unbelievable darkness and ruin.
Oh.
What you discover? Probably just office space. And the damn fridge. Don't be scared.
Farewell for now.
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little cage-like trinkets, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
Oh!
Her face buried in her hands, okay. Ghostly silhouettes of hair dryers. A vaguely androgynous portrait of a man. Merely looking at that unmanly haircut threatens your masculinity, okay.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Let's unlock it.
After exerting some force, you manage to turn the key. It's eerily silent. The door slides slightly open, letting a draft of cold air into the room. You feel the tiny hairs on the back of your neck rise up, as if someone's standing right behind you.
What is this feeling?
Outside, the wind howls in from across the bay. The building at Rue de Saint-Ghislain stands like a matchbox on its side, with men inside like little wooden sticks ready to catch fire. A panicking woman squeezes the pendant around her neck until it leaves a mark inside her palm. A man, a few meters away, stands frozen with a key in his hand. Somewhere inside, a spider is spinning its web.
Let's get in there. Kim wants to talk.
What is this place?
Looks like a gym to me.
Yes, but no one's been here in ages.
Draws a stripe on the dusty floor with his foot.
I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us. Don't forget to take it out of your bag before we move on.
An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
What if there's a reason that why no one's been here for ages?
Yes, because it's closed. No need to look for supernatural explanations where a banal one will do. Now let's move on, shall we?
Right. Got that right. Citius Fortis. Worn out wall bars.
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them. There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard.
Yeah.
Why does it feel so familiar?
Kim, it's a trap. There are no collars on the barbell.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then.
What kind of bastard would just remove the collars? It should be a felony.
It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore.
I feel like I'm gonna hurt myself, and health is precious in this game. Shot put ball. Always blocked. Where's our fridge? Ooh. Wild animals stare at you in the dark, stuffed and mounted. Poor animals don't rest for their body after death. A large demijohn full of strange liquid. Kind of scary. Airship rotors covered in spider webs. They remind you of blades. What are these? Mannequins? A naked mannequin torso, strange yellow color. Oh, it's going? Woohoo! Congratulations to them.
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
Photos and drawings. It's like a Morrowind drawing or something.
These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins casting wax-based magic. Translucent welkins with organs shining under their skin, and even ether welkins hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? One of the welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Yeah, who's this guy?
It's Vara Hamira, a high welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-welkin races will be purged. The Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with welkin, green welkin, dread welkin, and the high welkin to rule them all.
One welkin to rule them all.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little welkin creatures.
Why would anyone spend so much time on this?
Some people really like building a world, I think, even if it's just for a game.
That's a little fourth wally, huh? One of them's a welkin supremacist.
Political commentary. That one has a great beard, too.
Who are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real? I have so many questions.
This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real.
Let's move on.
Just look at those details. So much effort.
And for what? All gone.
The photos.
The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried-up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden. Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine, a much-needed respite from our own world. A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario, a desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe."
Hot damn, the descriptions in this game are insane.
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, Daily Minimi and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money. Everyone is constantly teetering on the edge of the abyss, an abyss of production. These squares look orderly, but beneath them is chaos, worry, pain.
What happened?
As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
Looks like they didn't make it.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details." The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: Call in, Tune out, Wirral Untethered, and Heat Death of the Universe. Outside, a cold wind wraps the building in its bosom. Snowflakes in the wind. An old woman passes what the locals call the doomed commercial area. She tries hard not to look at the bookstore windows. It's unwise.
Huh. Okay. Blue velvet, soft to the touch. I missed something with my character. Slipstream logo. Production schedule, filament memory. Skis with Slipstream on the logo. Is Emma's too? Okay. Let's see. Oh, hey. It's now 3 a.m. for me. I think I'm gonna call it right there. I'm gonna go ahead and join over on Terry's stream. Why not? Save here. There we go. Save on that. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in and watching. I'm gonna continue this game tomorrow. Go ahead and hit the main menu here. Thank you guys very, very much. I'm sure I'll see some of you guys over there for in Terry's stream. And thank you, Curiel, for the follow and the 1 bit. High five. I'm gonna take off for now. Thank you guys once again, and I'll see you later. Take care and have a good one.